Howdy, howdy. Thank you back to my channel. I'm building out an expedition camper. We are moving on to video number 51 in this build series. Thank you for watching, subscribing, and also liking this video. Today we're going to talk about window placements. Pretty key, and also some other things for the build out of this camper.
All right, so I want to make sure that the height of the window, I still have a great view outside. I say great view meaning that I can see not just the horizon, but actually the sky. And I want to make sure I can see enough of the sky. It's something I want to correct from my van build, Mountain Bluebird, my van that I built. When I cut the windows in, those C.R. Lawrence windows go in specific cutouts on the side panels of the Sprinter van. And unfortunately, they top out at about here relative to my eye level. So in order for me to see the horizon, I have to duck down slightly. If I want to see the sky, I have to actually duck down just a tad more. It's fine for seeing out to camp and down to the ground, but in this camper I want to make sure that I can have long views, that I can see out to the sky, out to the horizon, you know, as far as I can in every direction. And so I really want to make sure I get this right. And one of the challenges that I'm struggling with right now is the floor. And I say the floor because I really want to have a new floor material put down, a little bit of a softer, more comfortable wood grain color, and also going to have electric heated floors, so radiantly heated floors. So in order to do that, I have to basically raise floor up above that, to elevate above it. So I'm going to have this raised floor down the center of the aisle between the cabinets and the kitchen area. And also in the bathroom, I have to basically raise the shower pan so I can get this electrically heated floor underneath it. So I'm just going to raise it ever so slightly just to make sure that it's safe, I'm not damaging the electric elements in the heating pad, and also that I'm able to transfer the heat up through the floor membrane or the shower pan material and create that nice warmth. So I'm really trying to get this right, and I really thought about this a lot before I cut in the openings for my windows here. There's a challenge here, it's a balance, because right here is going to be dinette seats. And while I'm sitting in the dinette seats, I want to make sure that I can, while sitting, look out at sitting height, look out at the window, right? I'm not going to be able to see the ground, but at least be able to see up to the horizon in the sky while sitting down. And then also while standing in the kitchen, I want to be able to look out and of course see the sky and the horizon. And so this is my challenge, is really balancing those two things out. And the Motorcraft Adventure Development windows, while they're actually really lovely and they're beautiful windows, one of the challenges is that the viewing aperture height is actually relatively small. The viewing aperture width is pretty good. It's actually probably about perfect, but the height is a little bit tight. I wish it was another couple inches taller in the vertical aperture of the height, because it really doesn't accommodate people of different heights. If you have somebody who's 5 foot tall, they're only going to be able to see the sky and barely the horizon maybe. And if somebody like me who's 6 foot tall, can't see the horizon, or that we can't see the sky, but maybe we can see the horizon and the ground, right? So I wish they were wider to really accommodate different heights, and also use different heights within the vehicle itself as it's going to be. So this is how I'm trying to get this right for how high I can raise the floor, because I'd like to have it somewhat seamless between the shower pan all the way through the kitchen, and so there's not a step. I think it's going to have to be a step. I don't say I'm going to do otherwise, but this is my way of trying to solve for this. And so if I stand here and I put basically this level at my eye level, and I put it out here, you can see that's pretty much level. So I'm going to see the horizon right there. And I still have a lot of room to look up to the sky, which is great. Now I step on my platform here, and this raises me up 1 inch, and you can see I still have a couple inches of, well, really about 3 inches of height there, and so I can really view up to the sky if I look like that and hold it there about 7 degrees, right? Maybe let's just call it more like 8 degrees. There we go, there's 8 degrees right there, and that's about right if I'm standing up 1 inch. Now, if I step on this block as well, this is going to now step me up to 1.5 inches above the floor. And so if I step on the 1.5 inch block with the 1 inch rise, 2.5 inches total, you can see here I do not have much of a viewing port. At best 3 degrees up. It is practically nothing. And if I drop down to just the 1.5 inch, block. The 1/2 inch of block, oh man, it still only gives me about a 4-degree rise from eye to that viewing port. It's really not a lot. It's what I have to work with the limited vertical viewing port in these MAD windows, and that is unfortunate, but it's what I have to work with. So work with that. So let's figure out what I'm going to do about this floor and how to design it, and get the raised floor in there and design the shower pan with the raised floor underneath and all this. So a lot of options. I'm going through them all, everywhere from buying a pre-made shower pan to building my own shower pan to having one built in side drains versus bottom drains. The bottom drain is the best way to go from getting all the water out, but it's also the most it brings in the most heat because of a big hole in the bottom of the camper. It's still got the bottom, but it'll be over to the side and smaller and not right in the middle of the shower pan. So I won't have that cold air coming in from outside right in the middle of the shower pan. So I'm really thinking through all this and how to really make this work. And I've got a couple ideas I'll share with you as I'm building them out, figuring it out.
Thank you again for watching. I know this is a little bit of an unusual video. It's some more exciting stuff coming up as I prep the interior of the camper for the build out of the cabinetry, furniture, and everything else is going in there, and also take the camper out for its first drive in a long time.